Hello class, I am Rachel Pearson, and the speech that I chose to watch last week was John F. Kennedy's Moon speech, which was given in 1962 at Rice University. The purpose of the speech was to persuade America to believe, support, and invest in the Apollo project, which is also known as the Race to the Moon. The speech begins by him thanking members of the audience and the president of the university for allowing him to speak. He goes on to talk about America's history with space advancement. The body of the speech talks about the new journey and about how space basically hasn't been ruined by man yet. He talks about how so far in space there is no conflict. There isn't too many things to worry about besides actual space science stuff. He also talks about how going to the moon will open up a lot of great opportunities for America and will also provide a lot of jobs. The conclusion of the speech, which is the most important part of President Kennedy's speech and is also pretty powerful, states we choose to go to the moon not because it is easy but because it is hard. He goes on to say it is a challenge that we are willing to accept, one we are unwilling to postpone, and one we intend to win. In my opinion, this paragraph of the speech was probably the most attention-grabbing and passionate. It's kind of one of those things when you hear it, you're inspired, you're like, yeah, we want to go to the moon. President Kennedy's speech was a bit long in my opinion, but I'm also not watching it in current time. We already have been to the moon, so I have a little bit of a different perspective compared to the audience. I would just say this speech was pretty successful considering we did make it to the moon, so obviously he did inspire America enough to believe and to go forward in that race versus the Soviet Union. The speaker did a great job connecting with the audience. He made the audience laugh in a few instances. He made a football joke which would seem to go over really well, and he also made a comment about how the crowd should calm down a little bit because he was up there doing all the work. The speech was overall very smooth. He only stumbled on one word. His tone was basically the same throughout the whole speech, minus one paragraph, and I think in that one paragraph it actually worked out pretty well because his tone changed from a very professional presidential tone to a very personal, honest tone, which made you believe in the speech even more, and you could really feel his passion that he wanted to go to the moon. Overall, I would say that President Kennedy was a great speaker. The speech was probably written for him well in advance to him giving it, but he did a great job providing it. He only looks at his notes a few times, only stumbles on the one word, keeps pretty good speed. In my opinion, some things that could be changed are in the middle of the speech. He uses a lot of metaphors, and he kind of, I feel like, drags some sections out more than he needed to. I think he could have focused more on that inspirational piece of we choose to go to the moon rather than kind of the filler of the speech. Overall, I don't think I could give a better speech than President Kennedy, so I probably wouldn't change too much. I think that it was a great speech.